Exodus 34. And YAHUAH said unto Moshe, Hew you 2 sapphire stones like unto the first, and I will write upon these sapphires the words that were in the first sapphires, which you broke. And be ready in the morning, and come up in the morning unto Mount Sinai, and present yourself there to me in the top of the mount. And no man shall come up with you, neither let any man be seen throughout all the mount, neither let the flocks nor herds feed before that mount. And he hewed 2 sapphire stones like unto the first. And Moshe rose up early in the morning, and went up unto Mount Sinai, as YAHUAH had commanded him, and took in his hand the 2 sapphire stones. And YAHUAH descended in the cloud, and stood with him there, and proclaimed the name of YAHUAH. And YAHUAH passed by before him, and proclaimed, YAHUAH, YAHUAH El, merciful and gracious, long-suffering and abundant in goodness and truth, keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, and upon the children's children, unto the third and to the fourth generation. And Moshe made haste and bowed his head toward the earth and worshipped. And he said, If now I have found grace in your sight, O Adonai, let my Adonai, I pray you, go among us. For it is a stiff-necked people, and pardon our iniquity and our sin, and take us for your inheritance. And he said, Behold, I cut a covenant. Before all your people I will do wonders, such as have not been done in all the earth, nor in any nation, and all the people among which you are shall seeth the work of YAHUAH. For it is a terrible thing that I will do with you. Guardeth that which I command you this day. Behold, I drive out before you the Emori, and the Canaanite, and the Hittite, and the Perizzite, and the Kivi, and the YHWH. Take heed to yourself, lest you cut a covenant with the inhabitants of the land whither you go, lest it be for a snare in the midst of you. But ye shall destroyeth their altars, breaketh their images, and cut downeth their Asherah poles. For you shall worship no other El, for YAHUAH is my name. He is a jealous El. Lest you cut a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a-whoring after their Elohim, and do sacrifice unto their Elohim, and one call you, and you eat of his sacrifice. And take of their daughters unto your sons, and their daughters go a-whoring after their Elohim, and make your sons go a-whoring after their Elohim. You shall make no molten Elohai. The feast of matzah shall ye guard. 7 days ye shall eat matzah, as I commanded you in the time of the month Aviv. For in the month Aviv you came out from Mitzrayim. All that opens the womb is mine, and every firstling among your cattle, whether ox or sheep, that is male. But the firstling of an ass you shall redeem with a lamb, and if you redeem him not, then you shall break his neck. All the firstborn of your sons you shall redeem, and none shall appear before me empty. 6 days ye shall work, but on the 7th day ye shall rest. In earning time and in harvest ye shall rest. And you shall observe the feast of Kasir, of the firstfruits of wheat harvest, of the feast of Asif, at the year's end. Thrice in a year shall all your men children appear before Adonai YAHUAH, the Elohai of Yisrael. For I will cast out the nations before you, and enlargeth your borders. Neither shall any man desireth your land, when ye shall go up to appear before YAHUAH Elohai thrice in the year. You shall not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leaven, neither shall the sacrifice of the feast of Pesach be left unto the morning. The first of the firstfruits of your land you shall bring unto the house of YAHUAH Elohai. You shall not see the kid in his mother's milk. And YAHUAH said unto Moshe, Writeth these words, for after the tenor of these words I have cut a covenant with you and with Yisrael. And he was there with YAHUAH 40 days and 40 nights. He did neither eat bread nor drink water, and he wrote upon the sapphires the words of the covenant, the 10 Devarim. And it came to pass, when Moshe came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 sapphires of testimony in Moshe's hand, when he came down from the mount, that Moshe knew not what the skin of his face shone while he talked with him. And when Aharon and all the children of Yisrael saweth Moshe, behold, the skin of his face shone, and they were afraid to come nigh him. And Moshe called unto them, and Aharon and all the rulers of the assembly returned unto him. And Moshe talked with them. And afterward all the children of Yisrael came nigh, and he gave them in commandment all that YAHUAH had spoken with him in Mount Sinai. Until Moshe had done speaking with him, he put a veil on his face. But when Moshe went in before YAHUAH to speak with him, he tooketh the veil off until he came out. And when he came out and spoke unto the children of Yisrael, that which he was commanded. And the children of Yisrael saw at the face of Moshe, that the skin of Moshe's face shone. And Moshe putteth the veil upon his face again, until he went in to speak with him.